On March 24th, 2024, Jason Shron and the crew from Rapidos stopped by the St. Charles Model Railroad Club as part of their tour through the U.S. Jason was kind enough to take time during the stop to share some of their information on the products and the stories from their road trip. I hope that you enjoy these stories as much as I did during these interviews. Now, here is part 2 of the interview where Jason tells us what his favorite products are.
A slumber coach. So sales of slumber coach really suck, by the way. So I'm just showing you this. Why? Because it's a 60s model. And we've discovered that people model the 50s or the 70s and later. Who models the 60s? We haven't figured out. It's like this black hole, right? Hey, someone behind you models the 60s. That's great. But anyway, I'm very, very proud of this car. It's a gorgeous model. We have a wonderful stainless steel finish, and then super like underbody detail. I'm telling you,
yeah, that's amazing.
Models look best when they derail and fall down the embankment beside the main line. You can look at all the underbody detail. I can actually tell you what all this stuff does in a minute. But first, talk about the more features of the car. It's got interior lighting. We went inside the real slumber coach at the Illinois Rail Museum, and we actually have the doors in the slumber coach are the correct color, and they've got mirrors in the doors.
Awesome.
So, and because the car has lighting, you will see the mirrors in the doors and all the correct lighting of the colors.
I see we have blinds
for
the windows.
Blinds at varying height. Actually, you know what? With such a good interior, I'm really not happy with how low some of these blinds are. I got to talk to Josh about that. Josh, you put the blinds too low. We can't see the interior detail in here. You approved it. Fine. Anyway, so and then like if you look at these 41 NDO11 trucks we actually put the disc brake detail on them, which is not something we did last time we made these trucks.
Yep.
Right. And I'm going to tell you what all this stuff does. Let me get. So these are the steam, your Barco valves, your steam connectors. This is your 41 NDO11 truck with your disc brakes. What you have over here is they had a Rollicron control system, was an anti-slip system on these cars. Okay. That was a Bud system. That's the controller over there. This is your Gena motor. So these didn't have head end power. They were axle-driven generators. That generated the 64 volts. Okay, and there's the main junction box. We even have cables going from the generator, the Gena motor, to the junction box. All right. Then you've got your AC, train AC compressor unit, train AC condenser unit over here. That's your D22 brakes. That's your combined reservoir, your control valve, your relay valve, your quick service valve. Stuck in the middle are your battery charging receptacles. You want to just charge batteries. Those are your main res. That's your main air reservoirs to hold on. You got your 2 battery boxes. A 64 volt car only has 2 small boxes. That's your water tank over there. Those are your fillers over there. All these little guys sticking down are called steam traps or steam regulator valves. So they were steam heated. If the steam got too high pressure, they just let them out.
A little blow off.
And then that is your water raising reservoir. That is actually very important. Without that, you have no running water. Okay. So and to this day, you go underneath any passenger car, Amtrak, Via Rail Canada, there will be a water raising reservoir somewhere because they still use air to put the water up into the car. And then we get to the other end of the car. And so that's like, you can see all the separate piping, all the brake lines. Then you've got your main steam line down there.
So do the sinks in here have running water in them
They
yet?
do not have running water, but the sink detail is there.
Oh my goodness.
Okay, so it's there. So we're very, very, very happy with this.
And
that's
the
kind of
rail
insane
car.
detail we put in our passenger cars. We've got more passenger cars coming that we're doing. We've got a new run of our Supercontinental Line cars. We're actually anniversary cars because it's our 20th anniversary this year. So Supercontinental Line was our first model, and we're bringing out special Rapido decorated anniversary cars at the original 2005 pricing. This is built in the 60s, lasted up into the 2000s.
Okay.
But primarily it's like, Northern Pacific, Burlington, New York Central, etc. It was really much a sort of a pre-Amtrak, and then they made it into Amtrak years.
Yep.
Right. So, but it was affordable overnight, so you didn't have to sit in the seat all night. It was very affordable slumber coach, right? And it's very sort of a lot of people could fit in one of these cars.
Well, I can see why it's your highlight. That's a
I love
car.
these. We started with passenger cars. I'm a passenger train nut. I'm a passenger car nut. We've got, if you look at our models, we've got a lot of freight engines we're coming out with now, but my heart is always with the passenger engines. We're doing, for example, it's in production right now. The Santa Fe had one ABA set of PAs, 51 LAC, that was repowered with an EMD prime movers. So it was Alco that 244s never worked properly. They repowered them. Now, it also never worked properly. However, it's a very famous set of engines, and we're making those. So I love doing cool, different stuff. Like we're doing the BART trains, we're doing Toronto subways. We've got more transit projects planned. So we're very enthusiastic, as you tell. It's a company that is, we're almost all of us are model railroaders. Everyone on the design side, we have some admin staff who are not, but everybody else is a modeler. Even our warehouse manager is a modeler. Our warranty technicians are modelers. All our designers are modelers. So we make stuff that we want. You know, why do we have a CN Mother Slug set? Because Dan Darnell really wanted one. You know, why do we have the FA ones and FB ones? Well, Bill Schneider really wanted the 44 tonner that we got coming soon. Bill Schneider really wanted that for this layout because he models O and W. They had 44 tonners. Right? We make what we want. I have a CN passenger car we're announcing soon that I know is not going to make money, but I need 20 of them. Okay, so what are you gonna do?
That's where the love part comes in.
That's where the love part comes in. Exactly.
What's a great product. So.
Well, you have a great club. Well, thank you for having me.
Thank
we
you.
should get this onto the thing and put some lights on it. We can.
Any of your trains you want to run, we'll put them down. If we can do a couple videos for you, whatever you want to do.
Awesome. So you asked me earlier before we started recording if I was selling this stuff, and I'll explain to everybody. 90% of our sales are through stores. Okay. Right. So we support our hobby shops. If you want Rapido products, pre-order from your hobby shop. We're carried by 4 different distributors: Heartland, Walthers, Horizon, Hobby Time. Also, your store can get it directly from us. So we'll always prioritize getting from your store. And the way it works with pre-ordering is that if we do sell out, it's first come, first serve. You ordered before the deadline, you will get your model.
Awesome.
Right, so that's how it works. We've occasionally been oversold, but those tend to be like late orders that we accidentally took that we shouldn't have. Okay. But normally, if you order by deadline, you will get your model.
Cool. What is your favorite of what you're coming out with your products?
I think it's probably the H1644, the Fairbanks Morse. It's a gorgeous model. We've got very talented designers at Rapido, and Dan Darnell, we had a design of it, and then he said, this isn't good enough. You have to go do a new 3D scan of the real thing. Anyway, we got the 3D scan done, and every railroad is different. So we've got all these different changes to the molds to get everything correct.
Yep.
It's a beautiful model. We have that here. I'm really proud of that. The C30-7's in production now. That I'm really proud of. Awesome. The Jeep 38 and Jeep 40, I'm happy with them, but the fans are totally wrong. So we're actually remaking. The 38s were almost finished, and we brought them to Springfield. And someone looked at it and said, you guys looked at your fans? You know you got the wrong number of blades there? Excuse me? Like 20 people looked at this? We have the wrong number of blades? We did. The wrong number of blades.
Well, then I'll wait because the Jeep 38s are my favorite.
Yeah. So they're coming. By the time they come, they will have the correct. So we went to Cannon & Company, which is, they're famous for diesel detail parts. And we actually went to them and said, can we license your fan designs on our models? And he said, yes.
Awesome.
So our Jeep 38, our Jeep 40, and even our ST7s and 9s are having Canon licensed fan designs on them. So if you like Canon detail parts, you'll be happy with that. Because you look at your layout from above usually, and if your fan's got the wrong number of blades, you got a problem.
That's right.
Right. So we're fixing that. I think the sort of the essence of what I've been telling people as I go on this tour, because we show all these products in progress. We say if we can fix something before we find a mistake, and we can fix it before it comes out, we will, as long as it is economically or technically possible. Okay. Some people say, well, every railroad, every road number got different details. Say, well, that's not financially viable. You can't do every single road number's got unique details. If it's details that we already have, sure. But if we have to tool up a whole new hood for one locomotive number, it's not going to happen. Yeah. Right. So, but we will always. We actually have an email address called actually@rapidotrains.com. So if you see our promotional material, our video ads, and you say, I have blueprints for that, and they got something wrong. You email that email address and say, I have blueprints for the H1644, and you screwed up, right? Then we would fix it as long as we could. If it's already been made, we say next run. So actually, our U25B, a friend of ours, Harry Wong, is at RMC. He said the locomotive you scanned had a rebuilt roof. Actually, there's a slightly different radius in your roof. For our next run of U25s, we are redoing the roof to get the right radius.
But that's a step up and beyond. So we appreciate it. I know as the modelers, we definitely appreciate it.